Hello, my name is Gabby and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then welcome to my channel, and today's video is going to be my May 2022 reading wrap-up. There will be links to the content warnings for these books down in the description below, along with some links to my journal with me's and spoiler-free reviews that I did for quite a few of these books this month. So the beginning of May for me was very much just overtaken by exams, and then it took me some time to recover from those exams. But I did end up reading 5 books this month. A lot of them are different books from what was in my TBR, but they are finished books nonetheless. So with that, these are going to be in the order in which I finished them, and let's just get into it now. So the first book that I finished in the month of May is Haikyuu Volume 18. So if you don't know, Haikyuu follows our main character who wants to be the best volleyball player ever, despite him being on the shorter side of things. So I ended up reading the 10th anniversary special chapter around the time that it came out, and afterwards I was like, okay, I need more of this immediately. So I decided to continue where I left off in the manga, and I had a great time. I am still on the portion of the manga that the anime does cover, but this series is always nice to revisit and always puts a smile on my face. And I just love this series more than I love a lot of things, so I gave this 5 stars. So next up we have Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This follows our main character who has been obsessed with the lost city of Weep since he was 5 years old, but he believes that he is not the correct person for this dream to have chosen, as he thinks that he is not bold enough. However, when a legendary godslayer and warriors present him with the opportunity, he finds himself with the chance to either seize his dream or lose it forever. I am so glad that I finally read this book. I feel like it has been on my TBR forever now, and I just got so lost in the story and this world. There are so many interesting details, concepts, and characters, and then also just a lot of really beautiful moments. It feels like not a lot happened in this story, but it also feels like so much happened at the same time. I feel like I know a lot about this world and the characters. I do kind of wish that I saw more from the side characters. There's a lot of them, but some of them are really utilized in here, and I feel like they weren't always as developed as they could have been. I also didn't really love parts of the ending, which does make me a little bit nervous for the sequel, but I am still excited for it, I hope. Overall, this book was a little bit of a surprise for me because I was not a huge fan of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, but this one seems to be working a lot better, and I gave this 4.75 out of 5 stars. So next up, I have Heartstopper Volume 3 by Alice Oseman. So this follows our main character Charlie, who is like an openly gay, overthinking type, and then this also follows our other main character Nick, who is like a cheerful and soft-hearted rugby player. They become friends very quickly once they meet, and Charlie is falling hard for Nick, but he just isn't sure if he has a chance. I love this series so much, and I am so glad that I finally got my hands on this volume. I haven't had a chance to talk about this book in a book haul yet, when I totally planned to do so before I read this book, but that's just not the way it went down. I ended up picking this up as soon as I got it in my hands, because it's Heartstopper, and that just felt necessary for my general well-being. I ended up enjoying this volume, which was not a shock to me. I loved how we got to see more and learn more about the other characters and couples, because I said this in my review of the Netflix show, but I love these characters and couples, and I love seeing them and getting to know them more, and it's something that I've always wanted from this series, and I just love seeing the show like actually explore that, and then also I love seeing it explored in here as well. There are so many fun and cute and just really lovely moments. I feel like we get to see the characters really love and support one another, which filled my heart with so much joy. This volume talks more about coming out, and I feel like they really discuss like a lot of different sides of it. And then this volume also tackles some more mental health and like EDs, so content warnings in the description. This volume was also larger, which we love. I also just got volume 4 in the mail the other day, and that one is large as well, so I am just so excited. I read this volume before the show got renewed for 2 more seasons, and reading this definitely made me really want that season 2, and I am just so happy that that happened, and I ended up giving this 5 stars. So next up is 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. This follows our main character Shiori, who has a secret forbidden magic, and before her betrothal ceremony, she loses control over this magic, and although she has successfully stalled the wedding that she does not want, she draws the attention of her sorceress stepmother. And this stepmother curses her and her brothers, and as she searches for her brothers to break the curse, Shiori finds a conspiracy to steal the throne, and only she can stop it and make everything right again. This was an absolutely beautiful story, and it just created like this absolutely beautiful atmosphere. It felt well paced but also still adventurous. The first 100 pages did feel kind of fast to me, and I was having a really great time, and then it also slowed down after that, and I just got so lost in the story in the best way. I really enjoyed our main character. She has this like subtle character growth that I really appreciated. The story also has some super complex relationships that were so interesting, and then there are cute and heartwarming moments and relationships as well. And then something about the world building in this book also really helped solidify this as an all-time favorite for me. I couldn't tell you exactly what it was about the world building that did that, but that is what my brain credited as a major success of this book, so I am going with it. One of the things that were a major success for me in this book, I should say, because there was a lot. This book made me love things that I didn't even know that I liked and have even disliked in the past. And I am just so excited for the sequel to this book, and also just Elizabeth Lim as an author. And I also ended up giving this one 5 stars. So the final book that I ended up finishing in the month of May is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. This follows our main character Grace, who has just completed her PhD in astronomy. When she goes to Vegas, she ends up getting drunk and marrying a woman who is a complete stranger to her, and this is something that is very out of character for our main character. Feeling lost and frustrated with her career path, she flees from her parents' high expectations and moves to New York with her new wife. However, when reality begins to show itself again, Grace must face all that she has been running from. So this is one of those books for me where I knew I had to read it as soon as I became aware of its existence. It's a really beautiful story and also a debut, which, wow. I would be saying wow if it wasn't a debut, but still. And I'm just really excited to see what Morgan Rogers does in the future. I feel like this story really captured melancholy and loneliness and pain and sadness and all of those things in a way that really resonated with me. It also explores the impact that expectations and also just like racism and microaggressions have had on our main character from society as a queer black woman, and it discusses like the intersectionality of all of those things in said society. And then it also does explore the impact that the high expectations from her father have had on her as well. This book also features what quickly became one of my favorite romances of the year. There is some really amazing banter and conversations about loneliness and happiness, and I just really like them. I don't know, I wasn't expecting to go into this book like loving the romance this much. I expected to like the romance, but I didn't expect to like love it. Our main character also has and makes some beautiful friendships and relationships in this story. Overall, there's a lot of love within this book. It provided me with things that I'm going to be thinking about for like a while after this, and I gave it 5 stars. Okay, so those are all of the books that I finished in the month of May. I had a lot of high readings this month, which I really appreciate and am grateful for because I feel like I needed that. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and answer the question that'll be around here if you want to do that, and hopefully I will see you here next time. Bye!